In this video, I will show you how to use Romabio Limewash to totally transform your fireplace. Hi, today we're going to lime wash the brick surround of this fireplace, and I'm using Romabio Limewash in the color Avorio White. Okay, I finished taping around the fireplace, around the brick, and around the floor, covered the tile. I'm not worried about taping around the wood because that'll be painted later, so I don't have to be too careful about it. Okay, here are the products I will use. Spray bottle to dampen the bricks at first. I got a bucket because the lime wash itself has to be cut to a 1-to-1 ratio, half lime wash, half water. And then I got the mortar brushes, some sponges, various things because I've never done this before, so I just want to experiment a little bit, and now we'll be ready to go. Okay, once the lime is opened, you can tell inside, look at that, it's like a very wet clay, like a slip, if you've ever done clay modeling or anything. I will show you step by step what I've done. I used half of this container, it's a 1-quart container, and then I put it in here, put equal part water. I happen to have a broken whisk in my kitchen, and I used it as very handy for this because otherwise with that stick it would have taken forever to get those clay-like lumps out. So that really worked out. I have a sample, just a brick I happen to have. I'm gonna use it just to practice on. I've already sprayed it with the water, and now I'm going to use this lime wash on the brick and see what happens. Right now I'm using this cheaper brush. If it does the trick, then I can return the other one. And if I don't think it's working, I will start to use the other one. Let's see what's happening. It's pretty thick right now. I can always add more water if I need to. It takes about 10 minutes to dry. So after this, I will wait for it to dry. This is the brick, the sample that I had previously painted. I went back and did 2 different techniques after I started working with this. I just did brush strokes here, but then I did some stippling here just to try the different types. Now I'm going to take this very rough type of sponge made by, okay, 3M, no surprise. Okay, I'm gonna use this and just see how it's looking. Let's see. If I want to distress some, this is on the smooth, brush stroke side. This one had a little more texture. Let's see. Basically, really looks good. Both sides look good. I prefer this textured side. Okay, I'm going to spray this down. That's an old paint stain. I'm going to spray this down. Now they said start at the bottom, start at the base, start at the base of what you're doing. And what I've learned on the brick that I was testing is that first I'm going to spread it a little bit and then come back and make a technique because it might be a little bit too wet. Okay. If it's too wet, you can always try it with a cloth and then come back. I'm just gonna keep going. That's a close look, and I'm gonna let it dry. Of course, I'm gonna finish the whole thing. Then I'm going to let it dry, and then we'll go from there. Okay, just to show progress, I can kind of brush it and stipple, brush and then go back and stipple like this. But then, where the mortar is, I'm going to do, just the long strokes like that. There we go. So basically I will do half of this fireplace and then check it against the existing. This part looks a little bit thick in some of these areas, so I'm going to use this 3M, this coarse thin sponge to kind of work on this a little bit. much better. Okay, this is the finished state of this fireplace surround, and this is Avorio white. It's a little creamier than what I had expected, but it actually matches very well with the wall and the tile floor. So after I take the tape off and the plastic away, I will do a total reveal. Okay, here is the final reveal. This is after it's completely dried overnight. It doesn't take that long to dry, but anyway, this is overnight. And then coming in closer, you can see the distressing that was done with that 3M, that rough, thin 3M sponge. So I'm very happy with the results, and it really took no time at all to do this. Once you have the right tools to use and you've mixed up your actual limestone wash, it goes very quickly. This whole project really did not take more than an hour, and I think the results are fantastic.